Hello, Flosstube. We're the Real Housewives of Cottage.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
This is Ronnie, and Mania is over, and we're excited that Mania is over, and we both made it.
Ronnie,
31
can you
days.
just look at the camera for a minute and just stop looking bored? She's so passive aggressive. Like I'm too much of a celebrity for these Flosstubes. Yes, Mania is over. I thought it was difficult that last stretch of the week. I did not do any of my starts that I had planned, as we all know. I didn't cut my fabric either, as we all know. Everyone likes my new hashtag. Priscilla's gonna roll her eyes. She did. So, okay, so we've got some shout outs. First of all, if you follow Mom on her blog or on her Instagram, you saw that she did some traveling this week. She went to Kansas and she visited Heart's Desire, and she got a picture with Debbie, the store owner there.
It was such a pretty store.
We'll include some photos at the end of the video. So it was really catered to our kind of style of not stitching. I guess she had vignettes. Like I was on FaceTime while Mom walked around the store, and she had big windows with things. It was very
a couple
beautiful.
of you were concerned that she wasn't with me, but she was. She saw it all.
Yeah, I saw it all. I'm never left out. Even Ronnie got to see what was inside the stitch shop. I went into a few places. Went into Walmart with her to get some C-bands.
Yeah, because I got car sick this trip.
She's pregnant.
Coming and going. It was horrible.
All right, so we've got a lot of questions, so I will jump right into it. Some of you are concerned that our videos are going to get shorter. With all that I type up each week, I don't think they're going to get any shorter, so don't worry. Susan, how did you get your stitching piece attached to the shutter with the sticky board? So she has said before she pieced two pieces of sticky board together. I mean, you just attach them, butt them up together.
It's not big enough, and then I glued pieces of ribbon on the back and left streamers and tied those around the rungs of the shutter.
Yep. Sherry wanted to know, and a couple other people, what did you use to dye the aqua? I have it in a cup just so in case it spills. It's called Rit Dye, and the color is aquamarine.
We didn't use very much. We didn't want it like
this bright. And then somebody asked, if mine didn't turn out dark enough, would you re-dye it or scrap it and do another piece? We'd re-dye it. We'd just slap it back in there. And we did tea coffee dye.
No, just tea.
Sorry, we did tea dye the aqua that we did.
We didn't want to get it too brown.
Right, and we literally maybe left it in there
just
for
a little grunge.
5-10 minutes. It wasn't long at all. And we didn't bake it, I don't believe.
Yeah, it was just like a flash in the pan.
Yeah. So we wanted to experiment with that one as far as with a brighter color, not making it dingy.
Yeah, we did pink that day too.
Yep.
And I used my pink for something. Have you used your pink?
No.
And the aqua, I used that for that Country Cottage Needleworks one with the bunnies. Welcome Spring.
Yep, that's what mine is started on too. I have that started. And then the gray fabric that we've been showing. So that's gray Monaco that we started with, and then we tea coffee dyed it to make it grungy. We haven't used Rit dye on that. Okay.
We did the one time though.
Yeah, and the holes shrunk, right?
We did the brown, no, because you stitched on it, okay, that Pumpkin Spice Farm from Hands On Design.
Yep, so we have used Rit dye, but the one that we're showing is the gray Monaco that we've tea coffee dyed. All right, Patricia doesn't like DMC black for its furriness. She said it gets furry really easy. So what fancy floss do you recommend using for black?
I've been using Black Crow.
Blackbird.
Is it Blackbird?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been using Classic Colorworks Blackbird. Mascara by Weeks Dye Works is a really dark black as well. And then Raven is by Gentle Arts. That's kind of like a grayish
I don't
black.
notice that fuzziness on the DMC.
Some say that about white too. All right, Mia, love your stitching, and I'm just curious how many stitch pieces you estimate you think you have in your collection.
I have lots.
4,000.
Because
she has a ton of ornaments. She has trees dedicated just to cross stitch ornaments.
Just really one tree that's
the snowman tree has a bunch on them too, though.
I know, but it's not like the whole tree is that.
Okay, she has a lot. I mean, probably over 300.
And then I have all the seasonal things where you do like
12.
Well, no, because for me I usually do 11 because I skip November, but I have a bunch of those, so.
A lot. A lot. a lot. Lap librarian.
But my house is not full of it. If there's only 2 things that hang on the wall, right? 3 things maybe if I have that thing.
It's not overwhelming. It's not like you walk in and there's walls of cross stitch. It's just it's included in her vignettes
like
of
here.
Design. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lap librarian thinks you should take pictures of your stitches and put them into a book, like a coffee table book. That's what she does with her blog. So her blog is kind of a journal of all her stitching. Trisha from 3L Threads says her grandma would make the best pickled beets, and I thought that was funny because that day we were talking about pickled beets in the car because again we just got back on the subject of beets. Like, what the heck am I gonna do with these beets that she's having me grow?
My parents used to make those, and I did not like them.
You didn't? Oh, you said you like roasted beets, right?
I like them like just steamed.
Oh, and you like the greens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to eat the greens as a kid too.
Your grandparents also ate the weed carduna or something too. Those. I've got a lot of that
Italians.
I've got a lot of that growing in my yard right now. And so
you eat like the root though.
Oh, I thought you ate the leaf. The root goes down to the center of the earth, if you don't know. It's the worst weed ever, and the leaves get ginormous.
They look like rhubarbs.
Yep, I can grow that better than I can grow any vegetable in my garden. Pat wanted to know what online stores do you shop from? Quite a few. So
Down Sunshine Lane.
Down Sunshine Lane.
123 Stitch. There's a couple shops on Etsy. Jen's Stitching Niche.
Yep. Trisha.
Needle Case Goodies.
Yep. I mean, there's a bunch.
Yes, we've bought from Trisha some floss.
A bunch.
I think that's it though.
Yeah.
I used to shop a lot at Beach Cottage Stitchers. I have bought from, or we have bought from Crazy Annie's.
Yeah. All right, and then Janet.
Everybody's got a little bit of it.
Janet wants to know what's the baby date again. So baby is due July 12th. Yes, July 12th. I keep thinking I want the baby born on July 3rd. I know that's not how it works. I get it. So I get confused. Somebody suggested that we do, for one of our giveaway questions, that you guys have to guess what day the baby's actually going to be born. So closer to the date, we'll probably do that.
Or maybe a weight. That would be
fun.
Oh,
yeah, a weight.
We should do that for the giveaway that week.
40 pounds is what I'm thinking.
What's really funny is everybody that lived in this house or lives in this house, all the boys were born on odd days. The girls, her and I, were born on even days.
Yep.
And all the rest of them were born on odd days. So it'll be funny to see if the baby follows
the suit. Mm-hmm. Do you think she will slow down a bit when she has him? And did you when you had your 5?
No, I didn't. I can remember coming home from the hospital with my second to last one and going to work in my basement the next day. So
she did craft shows at that time. She made dolls, and her office is in the basement. And so she'd just be right back down there. She was on bed rest with the last one down in the basement working instead of being on bed rest. I've had to learn a lesson to, pause during the day. I'm very much just keep going until we stitch at night and then we fall asleep. But I've had to learn to slow down.
I don't think she'll slow down. We both have that kind of mentality that you got to get it all done.
Yep. Okay, and then Sunflower Stitcher hasn't used Rit dye yet. Do you notice any shrinkage?
Okay, so when I tried to do the
Seinfeld.
black and when I did dark brown, there was a lot of shrinkage.
Yes.
Because I had to use a lot of dye. With that aqua, and maybe because it's darker, those 2 colors are darker. But with the aqua and the pink, I didn't notice any shrinkage.
I didn't either.
But
now there was a brown.
Have a lot.
A brown that you did.
Because we do the tea coffee dye, so we probably wouldn't notice when we use the Rit dye, except for those.
Yeah, somebody was saying that when she coffee tea dyed her Monaco, some of her holes became non-existent, and I haven't noticed that. But I've been stitching on it for a really long time, so I don't know.
Really long time, like a year.
I mean, well, that's all I've known other than Ada. I didn't try anything else, so I don't know. Let's see. Chris, have you tried beet soup, Priscilla?
No.
I haven't either. She says it's really good. I don't know. We'll try it. Rich from the UK, how'd you get into chalkboard art in the first place? They're phenomenal.
Chalkboards were like a big trend, and I just got some frames and had wood cut for them, and I just started to draw. So, and I have a lot of them in the house.
We're very DIY and frugal. So Chalkboard Art was like big in the stores, you know, at Hobby Lobby, Home Depot, or Home
We
Goods.
even painted in Chelsea's house before she got married. We painted one whole wall, and I chalkboarded the whole wall.
Yep.
And it's still there, but not all the writing, right?
Right. Yep.
Because she rents her house
I
out
rent
now.
my house out. And then Carolyn, she's wanting to change her roses in the LHN rose sampler, you know, the one that I did, the floss pack. What fancy floss red do you recommend for a rose color?
Licorice red, ribbon red, all
Cherry.
classic color works.
Cherry cobbler?
Cherry cobbler.
Cherry cobbler is pretty because it's got like these darker undertones. So you know how the inside of a rose would be darker and the petals would be brighter, so that might be pretty too.
Or if you wanted to make it more countryish, barn red.
Oh yeah,
or
barn
door.
red. Barn door.
door.
Okay. Shan, I noticed you don't start in the middle. How do you count to know what that your project will be centered?
We don't try to center it.
Right, because we're not framing it. We're
as
not
long as we
taking it to
have like
framer.
1.5 inches or 2 inches on the edges, because I finish our things, we're fine.
Yeah.
So if we count in and start at the top left, or
That's what we do. We count down 2 inches, count in 2 inches, and that's where we can start our project. So we know that at least we're having enough border.
yeah,
To
because
do that.
if we're stitching on the art of fabric and we stuck our thing in the middle, just think of all that waste that we would have. So
Yeah.
we start there and we just cut pieces off.
Yep. Leanne wanted to know what color will you be using for your cardinal. I meant to ask you this question before we started the video. I apologize. Do you know yet? This one, right? Yes.
I don't know that I picked it.
Some of the colors we didn't pick yet because we knew
I knew
that we
I
wouldn't
wasn't
get
getting
there.
to it. But
I'm going to keep going and then you look for that. An itch to cross stitch. Have you found a cross stitch charm? Not yet. That sounds like a wonderful thing for Pandora to create though. Is a cross stitch charm.
I was thinking of going with licorice red. I don't know if I picked it or not, but I want to get a little bit more of it done before I decide on the
Okay.
red.
All right. So we'll get back to that, Leanne. Sorry.
Sorry.
Stitchy Chris wanted to know, what's your favorite plant?
What, garden plant?
Yeah.
Hydrangeas, zinnias. Probably a tie.
Zinnias.
I planted 1 million seeds yesterday.
Yeah. So she after a half an hour of looking for it, she called me and she was like, where could I have put my bucket of seeds? I just had it. Like, I'm going to know where she put her bucket of seeds.
I just thought maybe you could give me some. Oh my gosh. I had this bucket that I was weeding and I was throwing my weeds in there, so I had put the bucket of seeds in the bottom of that to take it to the backyard and forgot that I put it in there and threw all the weeds on top of it, so I threw it away.
Mom is very organized like I am, where she has a routine. I mean, she has Mother's Day weekend where she gets all her plants in the garden and all her seeds planted.
This year is killing me.
The weather and, you know, getting a new fence and everything else that's been going on, she's just
Yeah, so a lot of my zinnias just went in the ground yesterday, so that really stinks because Chelsea will have hers like weeks before mine.
Don't worry, I'll bring you some mason. So during the summer, we just have mason jars everywhere filled with zinnias. They're cut flower. They're really pretty if you haven't seen them before.
And my garden is still not planted.
Yeah, you need it rototilled first. Okay, but the fence is done, so you guys can see a glimpse of her new pergola up on her Instagram from yesterday morning. Judy, what fiber are you using for punch needle?
I think the first time I do it, I am just going to go with DMC because I have no clue what I'm doing. So I think that's the way I'm going.
Mary, why don't you cut your fabric to the size of your project?
Because we like to be rebels.
Right. I don't know. I just like carrying around one piece of fabric and then I can
Sometimes
rotate.
we do. Like for Mania, we did a lot of them. I do have one piece that's got 3 things on it, but
Yeah.
if it doesn't bother us,
Yeah.
it doesn't bother us.
And for the waste factor too, I don't want to cut something that I'm not going to, sometimes I leave too much of a border or too little of a border. So if I have a big enough piece of fabric, Mom can cut it when she goes to finish it, and then I don't get yelled at.
Speaking of punch needle, oh my goodness, they had the cutest punch needles at
Heart's Desire.
Yes. Remember that With Thy Needle and Thread one?
Yes.
And now
Now there's more stash
Little
to
House
buy.
Needleworks
So before we were
has-
only looking at cross stitch patterns. Now we got to look at punch needle patterns.
Little House Needleworks has 2 more, the beehive one and the pumpkin one, and
They're all beautiful. All right. Connie, what Disney character dinner do you like best?
Chef Mickey's.
Chef Mickey's. That's where I had my wedding reception. We've been going there since we were kids. Celebrate song where you spin your napkins. What other one have we done?
I don't know. We did a lot of them when
Oh,
you guys were kids, but I
What's
don't.
the one when you walk into the Magic Kingdom Palace?
Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace. So, to me personally, I don't really like that one because it seems like the characters look like they went through the washing machine a little bit. The Winnie the Pooh and they just look
Maybe it's a little greasy in there. Maybe it's greasy.
they look a little beat up. So that's why I just like the kids are taking pictures with them all curled, and I'm like, just a little bit separate. They look a little scrubby. So rude. Sorry. Everything else I love. Their dessert was really good too. Okay. Glinda, for Farmer's Daughter string quilts, how much backing fabric did you use?
I think we bought 5.5 yards, but I'm not 100% sure. But if you go to YouTube for the string quilts, they'll tell you on there.
Yep.
Because they're experts. We're just...
Amateurs. We're fakers. All right, so Priscilla listed her top 10.
But there's 11. And these
Top 11.
Most of these are because it's like patriotic season right now, and this is what I'm using a lot of.
Right now. So this isn't like favorite overall.
But
this is...
the first 2 are like favorite overall.
All right, so Gentle Arts chalk.
Because I use a lot of that.
She uses a lot of that in all of her chalk designs. And that is like a white with kind of a gray
Grayish
undertone,
blue, yeah.
to look like chalk. Classic Colorworks Hick Sticks. You all know what that looks like. So you can use that for trees, roofs.
And oh my goodness, all of you buying it and tagging me.
I love it. Barn Door. So you've seen us use that in many, many, many projects. Old Blue Jeans, same. That was in the PC Bless Our Home. Licorice Red. So that's like a brighter red.
It's a little bit darker. It's like if you used ribbon red, you could use that for the darker part of it.
Oh, pretty. Okay, Blue Corn. That's
Yeah,
what you're using in your Liberty Lane for your blue, correct?
I think so. And it's almost a navy, but not quite.
Okay. Mossy.
Yeah, it's a dark olivey green. I love it.
Is it variegated
Oh yeah.
heavily?
Oh yeah.
Bean Sprout. What do you use that for?
Same. Bean sprout and pea pod. Those would have to. It's hard to narrow this down.
Queen Bee.
Yeah.
So that's your yellow that you like to choose.
Gold.
Gold. It's a gold. Okay. Weeping Willow
Yeah, it's a lighter green.
and Stepping Stones.
Right. It's that grayish color that we use for the roof and Bless Our Home.
Okay.
Those are the colors that I use the most of right now.
I just listed some. So for pumpkins, I like Pumpkin Pie by Gentle Arts. Grass and tree leaves or plants, I use Weeping Willow. It's more variegated than what we used for Bless Our Home, which is what I like.
Eve's Leaves is what we use for that one.
Yes.
I like that one too, though.
Old Blue Jeans, obviously I use that a ton with all my patriotic stuff. Barn Red, patriotic. Used brick is something I can substitute sometimes for Barn Red if I don't have it. Hickory Sticks is kind of just a standard that you can use throughout all of the seasons. And then English Ivy for Christmas trees. I really like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. It's really dark.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can kind of update these as we change our stitching into like
seasons.
Halloween and things like that. We didn't make it to the stitching. So I have an embarrassing story. I went to the stitching shop. And I don't know what days it is sometimes. And I thought that they opened at 10. So, like, I walk right in and, well, the door was unlocked, but the lights are off. I'm like, well, that's weird. Well, they don't open until 11 on the day that I was there. So I, like, tried to, like, scoot out as quickly as I could. So I didn't make it to the stitching shop.
We're hoping to go today.
I did, but I didn't. So that was very embarrassing. Anyways, that's all the questions I have this week. I loved reading all of your comments. Thank you so much for leaving them. We love reading them. Thank you for all the compliments on Belly and me, and we really appreciate all the nice things that you say.
Yes,
always.
we do.
Okay, so let's get into it. So it was the last week of Mania. What do you have?
I have 2 previous finishes first.
Oh, sorry.
This is the Little House Needleworks, and I don't remember the name of it, but I stitched it last year, and it's on my blog if you want to go look. And I used a frame from the thrift store.
It's a square frame, $2.99, so you got to up your ante when you purchase square frames. I learned that this week.
And I wrapped the blue gingham around the back and just mounted that on sticky board and did some twine flowers and some ribbon or some fabric that I ripped and some covered buttons. And it's really cute.
Very cute. All right, what else do you got? Oh, this one's a bigger one.
Yep, my flowers just fell off, but
okay.
that's okay. The Seasons in Chalk. This was in... Was it like July's magazine in 2016 of Just Cross Stitch? But I love this one so much. So, and this one hangs in our family room now. And this is a paint by number frame that I had chalkboard cut to fit, and then it's stitched on the black.
I really like that one. I think I'm gonna stitch that here pretty soon.
And then for my only finish, some of you saw this in the car.
Isn't it cute? I didn't know she was making one.
I was so car sick stitching, so I got some yarn and I finished the bear last night. I finished the blanket on the trip, but I couldn't read the directions in the car because I was too sick. So.
And this is just a big granny square is what you said, correct? So people were asking for the pattern, but it's just a big granny square.
And this is a pattern that I bought off of Etsy, and I will put this on my blog with a link to that Etsy shop.
Isn't it beautiful? Oh,
isn't he cute?
My son is going to be very spoiled. I can already tell. It's weird to say my son. It's weird.
Do you have any finishes? No.
No. Almost finishes, but not finishes. Okay. Can you tell me what's in the pot, too? We need to...
No, we'll do that next week.
Okay.
I think we got enough.
Okay.
So, last week for Mania...
What do you have for Stars and Stripes Saturday?
Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring it in here.
Well, it's right there. Oh, no,
that was for Monday.
Okay, so for Sunday, she has her Blackbird Designs 'Tis the Season.
What I started that Star Spangled Garden from Country Cottage Needleworks. And what did I do with it? It was hard to gather all my stuff to take. I had a bag that was huge to take in the car.
We've never gone to a retreat or anything like that, so we don't have experience packing our stitching stuff. And our experience packing regular stuff is just slap it in the bag and we're good to go. So, and she also has to toil with the fact that Ronnie gets really upset when her suitcase comes out. So she is like packing like a maniac quickly because Ronnie goes and hides and pouts and...
Yeah,
it's terrible at my house to come visit me. So, all right. Anyways, so this was for Santa Sunday,
right? For the Cardinal, and I did this part of it. This is pretty big, but it's not that much stitching. I mean, once you get started on that red and you just have to fill it in.
Yeah,
it's not really that much. So this is 'Tis the Season from Home for the Holidays Blackbird Designs,
and she's doing it on. Now this looks like the blue. Or is this the gray?
No, that's a gray.
Okay, so this is gray that we coffee tea dyed. And what color is that green? That green's pretty. It's like a limey green. Lighting's kind of bad today. It's overcast today. All right.
Gosh, I have no idea.
I
don't know if that's the right bag though. If it is, then these are the colors that I'm using.
That looks like it, yes. Licorice red, because you had said that you wanted to use licorice red, yeah?
Yes, that is the bag, because that's what I'm using for the
pea pod! She's using pea pod!
Here, put this in
We're
there
going to have
so
to
I don't
start this over. We're going to give her a teleprompter for next video.
I was in a car for 2 days, and then I was away from home for 2 days after that, so I'm just like... And yesterday I just worked to death in the yard, so...
Yeah, we were going to go to the stitching shop yesterday, and she called me. She's like, I don't think I can go. All right, so next up you have Monday for Memorial Day. I hope all of you had a fabulous...
Yeah, but that's all included in this thing. So let's show this one. I started this one on Tuesday, I think. And this is just like Chelsea did hers on the aqua. And sorry, I'm just discombobulated. I got 3 pieces on 1 piece of fabric. I don't know where I learned how to do that from.
So this is Mary's string. She showed you the summer string, the buzzy string last week as a finish. So this will be able to just be swapped out because she put it on washers and magnets on that board that we had pieced together.
My last start for Mania was the Fresh Eggs.
By the Cricket Collection. So she has had this kitted up for quite a while, actually. She started stitching Ginger.
This is my 1 piece of fabric with
My
3
chicken.
starts on it. Okay, and then one of them is Stars and Stripes Forever
Yep.
from Bent Creek.
Yes. So this was sent to us by a
And I made a
lovely
mistake,
viewer.
so I had to rip it out and start over again, and then my car sickness was like, I needed to run away.
This will be very quick for her to do.
There's still another piece.
Okay.
This was my second to last start, which is Prairie Schoolers Double Double. It's got a lizard, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which way he... A little gecko?
So I have those pieces on 1 piece of fabric, and I need to cut it down and everything.
Prairie Schooler, Double Double. 3 colors that are listed for here. I mean, not terribly difficult at all.
Okay, so Sunday before I left, I started and finished this.
This is Hands-On Design.
Did I
it's
finish
called
it on
Christmas
Sunday?
Eve. And look at that. So as you can see, there are some changes. Mom wanted to add red to this whole collection because it goes with her idea of finishing for it and what she's going to put on. What red did you use? Do you
Licorice
know?
red.
So she used licorice red.
There's
And barn door? What's this one?
no, it's Tennessee red clay.
Tennessee red clay. So the little piece off to the side is Tennessee red clay, and then the big church is licorice red. Classic Colorworks.
And I did a little bit more on
This is
A
a
beeline.
beeline by Country Cottage Needleworks. Remember that she's editing
I'm not
it, so
doing the
she's
bottom
not doing
part.
the bottom, and she didn't want them dancing. She wanted them standing still.
and this will probably be my next finish that I have because I want to get it displayed with the
Finish.
rest of the bees things that I have. And then I didn't get this finished for my, how I'm supposed to do my 1 a month, but I got quite a bit done, and I could probably finish this tomorrow.
This
So
is
I'll be a couple days late.
Farmhouse Christmas. This one is Dairy Darlin by Little House Needleworks. So many of you are doing these. What do we got going on here? All right.
So that's all I worked on besides that Star Spangled Garden, which I don't know where I stuck. So
We'll find it.
that was my things for this week.
All right, so this week I did some more on Heart and Hand, Birds and the Bees. Again, this chart is very large, but the stitching is super tiny, just very long.
It's cute.
One of my other favorite colors is Wood Trail by Gentle Art. So that is all the letters on this.
That reminds me of hickory sticks a lot.
Yep, it's a lighter brown that goes into a gray. So I'd say it's a little bit more variegated than hickory sticks right now. I did some more work on Land That I Love. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks.
It's horrible that I want to start another thing, that new sheep one from Country Cottage Needleworks with the...
Just go into June. Do Junia. While I was at soccer, I got some more of her
Spirits
done.
and Spells.
Spirits and Spells. This is a With Thy Needle. It's one of her oval patterns.
Witchy Wednesday.
Yes. Little Stitcher Santa Claus is coming to town, so this was my Santa Sunday. And I started with Santa Claus up here. I'm going to do these as a banner like that. I didn't get much done, to be honest.
You're not doing it as one piece?
These? No. These are separate. These aren't trying together.
Okay. So it's two
and then I'll do
things?
this.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
two things. A lot of you were checking out her designs as well, so that's called the Little Stitcher. She has an Etsy shop too. I was looking at that. She has some very cute stuff. My last day of mania, I saved this, the best for last, right? This is Queen Bee Flower Farm by Hands On Design. I just like read the title like I needed to look at the chart for the title. Goofy. I'm doing it on tea coffee dyed gray. And this is what I've got so far.
You
so
started
I'm doing
with
the
the
sign.
Yeah.
Yes, doing the sign. And my yellow, I didn't have Queen Bee because I didn't go to the store, so I'm using a different yellow, Little Miss Sunshine or something like that by Weeks Dye Works. All right, and then we've got some more work on Bless Our Home. Don't worry, guys, I'm still in it. Okay. This was pathetic. This was my Stars and Stripes Saturday. Liberty Hill Farm by Silver Creek Samplers. Yep, that's all I got. Pretty good. And then 2 starts, almost a finish. I've got summer smalls and autumn smalls, so these were 2 different days. I was doing the long version here. I'm going to finish them like Mom did with the white chalkboard easel that we got at Michael's. Michael's. Okay, the pink I used was Strawberry Parfait by Classic Colorworks. That was part of my thread pack for that rose sampler that I got, so I decided to use that. Fall Friday last night, I did Little House Needleworks, Little Miss Sunflower.
I did absolutely no stitching last night. I made that bare.
I got some more of the roof filled in. Live PD was actually live last night, so I got some work done. That's why I was doing. And then I did some more of the vine.
I was busy watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, so.
She had the kids over last night. Mickey Mouse. She watched that by herself.
Yeah.
Don't let her fool you. While Mom was gone, she went shopping.
But first, we have a gift from one of our viewers, and she's already sent us something, but she wanted to send us a chart, so she sent us both.
It is Little House Needleworks.
Milady's Strawberries, is that it?
Milady Strawberries. This will go perfectly for our strawberry cake that we both have. I'm excited to do it.
And she wanted to remain anonymous, so we appreciate her thoughtfulness.
Thank you. And then Mom went shopping for some stash.
You can show them yours first.
Oh, okay. They had one of the
Boo Clubs.
Boo Clubs.
That store in Kansas has a lot of Lizzie Kate's, especially the models on the walls, because that's where Linda from Lizzie Kate lives. So,
Did you see her?
No.
Oh, dang it. Fangirling. And then Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden Sampling.
I love that one too.
I do too.
I love this one too.
And Union Forever by
It's Blackbird Designs.
Blackbird Designs. Beautiful. Okay.
So I got Heart and Hand Wee Chicken.
This one is super cute.
The Snowy String. And I know when I stitch that, I will leave the penguin out and put another snowman in there. I'm just not into penguins. Okay, and 3 of these were models, and when I saw them, they were this Lizzie Kate. I would have never bought that, but I saw the model and I had to have it.
Super cute.
This Drawn Thread. And I'm crossing my fingers that there's not a lot of specialty stitches. But it's huge.
Oh my goodness.
And is there?
No, but it's amazing. That tree is gonna... Look at the trunk of that tree. That is long.
The Spring Row from Bent Creek. And these Welcomes Aplenty from Homespun Elegance. These they had models of, and they were adorable. So I'll probably do those and just switch them out. They also had a Homespun Elegance that they were selling the model
stitching.
because you can't get the pattern anymore, and I would love to try to find the pattern. It's called what did I tell you? Still Life 2. It's a cow with a watermelon and a crow on top.
Mm-hmm.
Adorable.
Adorable.
So if anyone knows where I can buy that,
let her know.
At a decent price, let me know.
Okay.
So that's it for stash.
Yeah, we didn't have a giveaway last week, but we do have a giveaway this week.
Mm-hmm.
So are we good?
I think so. I think we're done.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the giveaway this week will be Stitch Dots.
Mm-hmm.
So Stitch Dots gifted us with a giveaway.
So there's 9 of them in this container, and you're going to get the whole container, so you can get 9 Stitch Dots.
And Stitch Dots, again, are needle nannies, so they're magnets that you can put on the back of your fabric there.
And we appreciate them sending them to us, and I can't wait to see the one with Ronnie on it. Do you all know that Ronnie is on it?
Yeah, everyone, the new hashtag is Calvin needs a Stitch Dot. Calvin missed Mom while she was gone, just waiting for his half and half and his little nightly salami nightcap. So weird. Okay, so the question that you're going to answer, summer is coming up. Everyone's, planning road trips or they're going to stitching retreats, and we want to know what your unicorn shop that you can't wait to visit is. So,
or that if maybe you don't have plans to visit, but you would love to go someday.
Yes.
What would be the one shop that you just want to see?
What's yours? Mine would be that one in Minnesota.
Yeah, that would be too. I was going to say Shepherd's Bush, but I've already been there, so no.
That's not a unicorn then.
Yeah. I would say, what's the name of that? How come we don't know that? My brain is just fried.
Because we're pregnant.
Okay. I'm going to use that for an excuse.
Yeah.
So, be a subscriber. Don't say giveaway. And answer the question, which store would you just love to be able to go to?
Yes.
And you will win this little case with 9 needle nannies in it. And how awesome is that they sent these to us so we could give them to you?
I think it's pretty awesome. I'll show you the bump, and then Mom will go through her ending video statement, her disclosures. I
told her yesterday her balloon is going to pop.
Mom said it looked fake. I said, I'm just doing it for the closer mall parking. And then she saw him move in there, and she was like, oh. Okay, so go ahead, Priscilla. Take it away.
So follow us on Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, Priscilla's 2000 on Facebook, priscillas2000.blogspot.com, where you can see more of everything that we do. And if you get your finishing inspiration from us, we've been seeing a lot of that lately. Tag us, tag my blog. Let us know. Let us see it.
We love seeing it, and we love seeing all your different colors. We love seeing all the PC Queen Bee that's going on right now.
Yes.
Fabulous
Come
stitching.
join us in our stitchalongs, and we have a ton of hashtags that you can stitch with us during the week, and we love seeing all that. And
that's it. We will see you. What do we have?
Be a subscriber.
Oh, be a subscriber.
Oh, and I saw that YouTube is making changes where you will not get all of your subscriber videos in your box, so you have to click that little bell, the notification button, and they will let you know every time we have a video. So click the bell.
And then we'll just pop out and be like, hey, come watch us. All right, so we will see you guys next week. Hopefully we will have...
Hopefully I'll find my Star Spangled Garden. I guarantee you that cat took it.
Oh, here we go. Calvin's just peeved that you left, so he's going to take your stitching.
Because he wasn't getting any half and half, or maybe even his wet food. He was probably just surviving on dry cat food.